Did you know that Nami has 6 toes? Or that Nami wasn't even supposed to exist? Well, here are 31 facts about Nami that you didn't know about. Starting with Nami's crazy past. You see, Oda had some pretty crazy plans for Nami's original look. Well, I did some digging and found out that this was the original plan for Nami. Not only does she have a mechanical arm, but she also has a giant battle axe with her. If you look even closer, you see that she has multiple scars on her as well. Now, most of you probably already know this, but what I'm sure you didn't know is that Nami originally didn't exist. Well, in Oda's original version of One Piece, Romance Dawn, Nami didn't exist. Instead, there were these two girls, Anne and Silk, who appeared in Romance Dawn version 1 and 2. In the end, Oda decided to go with the navigator we all know, and Nami's role as the ship navigator is perfect for her. But what if pirating wasn't an option? Oda actually told us that in an alternate universe, she would live in Sweden as a childcare worker. Why Sweden? That we don't know, but all we know is that she has a soft spot for children. Oda has really thought of everything for the Straw Hats. Like, he even drew how Nami would look like when she got older. Here is Nami in the good timeline as a 40 and 60-year-old. This timeline ended pretty well for her, but Oda has actually drawn her in a bad timeline as well. Here is her in a bad timeline as a 40 and 60-year-old. Not a pretty sight, to say the least. An even worse sight is this crazy scene where the animators messed up big time because they somehow gave some people extra body parts. Believe it or not, I thought Nami had a mutation that we just didn't know about, as in this scene, Nami's right foot has 6 toes. Fortunately, this was just a mistake, and she was meant to have 5 toes on her right foot. We all know that Nami doesn't have a devil fruit power, but have you ever wondered what devil fruit power she would get if she ever ate one? Well, Oda actually replied with a shocking answer. Nami would get the powers of the Goro Goro no Mi. Why the Goro Goro no Mi? Well, it's because Nami is closely related to lightning power, which makes this a perfect match. You know what else is a perfect match? These personal Jolly Rogers Oda created for Nami. The left one is pre-time skip, and the right one is after the time skip. These Jolly Rogers really tell you about Nami's crazy obsession with money. Yeah, Nami has a crazy obsession with money. So crazy that she was willing to do a cup noodle advertisement. Trust me, this advertising is the craziest thing you'll see today, except for this video, of course. In the ad, Nami is trying to balance her work and school life in order to become a navigator. Her boss, of course, is Arlong, and to make her feel better during her struggles, Luffy gives her cup noodles. But there's actually another reason behind her obsession with money. You see, Nami has been stealing money from pirates ever since she was a kid in order to save her village from Arlong. Well, this habit of stealing is stuck with her as she continues to steal even after Luffy freed her village. We know that Luffy has a big heart, but what he also has is a big appetite. Luffy's favorite food, as you probably know, is all kinds of meat. But do you know Nami's favorite food? Well, her favorite food is mekons, which are Japanese mandarins. Both Bellamere and Nami's sister Nojiko's favorite food is also mekons. On the other hand, her least favorite food is orangette, and just under that falls ice cream. Nojiko and Nami even have more similarities. Have you ever noticed how Nami wears this bracelet? You see, it's never shown in the anime or manga, but Nojiko actually gave her bracelet to Nami the morning on the day they left Nami's town. Oda's actually later confirmed this since everyone was so curious. What I'm curious about, however, is this outfit. Doesn't it look familiar? Yeah, Nami's outfit in this scene is the same as the one Robin wore in the Alabasta arc where we first met her. But the thing is, this scene happened in Logue Town, which was way before Robin was introduced. You might think Oda's foreshadowing ends there, but no. Right after this, the prototype outfit for Boa Hancock appears almost 500 episodes before she was introduced. Nami's poses in both these scenes even resemble Boa and Robin. And have you ever noticed how Nami is posing in all her wanted posters? The fact that Nami is posing isn't weird in itself, but literally no one else in the One Piece universe poses in their wanted photos. Well, according to Oda, what happened was a random government official walked up to Nami and asked to take a picture and told her it was for his magazine, when in reality it was for the wanted poster. I'm not sure how Nami falls for it every time. Someone else that fell is Oda. Not fell down the stairs, but fell in love. And with who? Nami. Well, not really. You see, during Jump Festa 2002, model and actress Chiaki Inaba cosplayed as Nami, and Oda fell in love with her. Oda and her are now married. Pretty crazy if you ask me. Moving on from Oda and on to Chopper. Have you ever noticed how Luffy wasn't the one who invited him? If we go back in time to when Nami was sick during the Drum Island arc, we see that Nami is actually the one who first invited Chopper to join the crew, which makes sense since we know Nami has a special place for kids in her heart. And I have a special place in my heart for you if you press the subscribe button. I also noticed that Nami has a special place in her heart for both money and Mandarin oranges. And you see, this is funny since the Mandarin symbols prosperity in Japan, which means she likes money and more money. We all know Oda is on a different level when it comes to hiding Easter eggs in the show. Just look at this crazy Easter egg like hidden in Nami's name. You see, Nami's birthday is on the 3rd of July, which sounds pretty normal until you realize that 7 in Japanese is na and 3 in Japanese is me. Oda really is built different. Someone else that's built differently is, of course, Nami. We all know that she's pretty smart, but what you probably didn't know is that she has the 3rd highest IQ in all of the East Blue. Oda did confirm this, but he never confirmed the actual number. Who do you think has a higher IQ than her? As smart and independent as she is, she has fears just like any other Straw Hats. Her biggest fear being bugs, specifically spiders. You might know that Nami is extremely smart, but have you ever wondered how tall she is? Well, Nami is 5'7", or 170 centimeters tall. For reference, Luffy is 174 centimeters tall, Usopp is 176, Zoro is 181, and Robin is 188. Jinbei is by far the tallest in the crew, coming in at 301 centimeters tall. We all know that Sanji is a massive simp, but he might be even more of a simp than you think. This guy actually helps Nami paint her nails every month. She can do it herself, but she'd rather use her hands to draw maps. When I was researching facts for this video, I noticed that Nami is a fashionista. I mean, she wears a new outfit almost every arc, but taking a closer look into her outfits, I noticed that she wears clothes with 4 letters written on them. For example, in Whiskey Peak, Nami is seen wearing a shirt that spells mode. She's also been seen with words like evil, gold, and mace on her shirt. I'm still trying to figure out the reason for this. If you live in Japan, please ask Oda this in the SBS. And if for some reason you've ever wondered what Nami would look like if she was a boy, don't worry, because Oda has actually drawn her as one. This is the gender-swapped version of Nami. She looks pretty similar to the normal Nami, but this isn't the case for some of the other Straw Hats. Zoro looks the most different in my opinion. His girl version might have even shorter hair than he does normally. Here are some of the other Straw Hats. Ever wondered what Nami's favorite island and season are? Her favorite island is the Kyuka Island, and her favorite season is summer. Well, now we know where Nami would spend her holiday. Not a bad choice, to be honest. The other day I was thinking about how different Straw Hats' autographs would look like. Crazy as it sounds, Oda has actually created their autographs for us. Like Nami's autograph would say her name with her tattoo. Here are the autographs from the other Straw Hats. Ever noticed how Nami is the only one that doesn't seem happy whenever the Straw Hats' bounty goes up? Well, this is because she's the complete opposite of them. She prefers to live a calm life, where she doesn't have to look over her shoulder for the Marines all the time. Unlike the majority of the Straw Hats who love challenges and fighting. A lot of the Straw Hats even have real-life inspirations. I mean, Oda must have gotten inspiration from somewhere, right? Nami is inspired by Winona Ryder. Even some of the other Straw Hats have real-life inspirations. Zoro, for instance, is inspired by Francois L'Olonnais, a famous real-life pirate. The Straw Hats are already like a family, but what if they were an actual family? A fan asked Oda what Nami's role would be if the Straw Hats were an actual family, and it turns out she would be the daughter. I mean, I was expecting her to be the mother or something. We all know how Luffy's Straw Hat is very important to him, but have you noticed how Nami actually wears it quite often? Well, Nami is actually the only person Luffy lends out his Straw Hat to. It just shows how close they are as friends. But something not so close is their popularity rankings. You see, in the One Piece popularity poll, Luffy actually came in first place while Nami came in third. Nami placed higher than both Sanji and Law, which honestly is pretty surprising. If you look up to Nami, make sure to get good sleep because she actually gets a solid 8 hours every night. She sleeps from 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. every day, which is admittedly way better than my sleep schedule. 5 hours of sleep. Look, I try, therefore I should not be judged. I'm sure these facts probably blew your mind, but if you want to get even more mind blown, check out these facts you definitely didn't know about Zoro.